Hello, ladies and gentlemen. For a moment, reflect back on a time where you put everything you could into something, dedicating precious time and resources for a single goal, not necessary for the glory or for the results, but simply for the enjoyment of the experience. Today, I want to talk to you about hobbies. A hobby is defined according to the English Oxford Dictionary as an activity done regularly in one's leisure time for pleasure. That definition is pretty simple, and I'm sure everyone knows what a hobby is. But it's that very last statement that is key: pleasure. Being an amateur race car driver is not all fame and glory like some movies want to depict it. It takes enormous amounts of preparation, months of planning, dedication in and out of the garage, endless late nights working hard, and sometimes heavy amounts of stress on myself physically, emotionally, most importantly, financially. But in the end, regardless of the results, it's a passion that I have, and it's a love that I have. Watching my friends as well as myself compete over the years, challenging each other and growing to be better drivers, actually since I was a child, is what makes the experience so great. It's essentially a part of my life. So today, I want to put you in the driver's seat and allow you to experience just a glimpse into the hobby that I love, and that's being an amateur race car driver. Step one would be to figure out what kind of build you want to have. You'd have to have goals and ideas of what kind of car you want to use, what kind of racing you want to do, and what it's going to take to get there. You're going to have to plan the money of it, of course, taking into account the cost of materials like your fuel and your tires, the cost of parts and modifications to make your car class compliant, and, of course, the cost of the entry into the event, because nothing's free. You're also going to be constantly battling issues like wrong parts and tuning problems, trying to figure out the little kinks and crevices of your car, making it the best that you can with what you've got. And just think, all this work, you haven't even done anything yet. Once the car is on the road and you think you've got it about where you want it to be, you need to take time out for testing and practice. Now, practice might be cliche, but practice truly does make perfect. Make time where you can get your butt in the seat, both virtually or in real life, so you can hone the skills that you have as a driver, perfecting every little thing about you. Because if you have a great car, but not a great driver, then what do you have? Also, you need to take time out to practice in the car, because then you have to shake everything down and make sure that you work out any flaws or any kinks that that car might have before race day to save yourself a lot of time and a lot of money. So let's go ahead and load that car up on the trailer and head to the track. You'll find very quickly that the atmosphere on race day is rather heavy for the driver. You're going to make last minute changes. You're going to be focusing about trying to run to the different check-in points and things like that you have to do. And you're going to want to make changes for your competition, as well as the weather, especially if you're in a class that doesn't care about rain. Pay attention to that. Ultimately, you're going to put the rubber to the road and you're going to do the best that you can, but make sure you maintain good sportsmanship. Whether you're frustrated or excited, no one likes a bragger and no one likes a crybaby. Ultimately, though, have fun with it. You're there for fun, and that's what you need to do. Sometimes you're going to enjoy the sweetness of victory, and sometimes you're going to have to taste the bitterness of defeat. But ultimately, reflect. Reflect on what went well, as well as reflect on what didn't go well. And from that, figure out what you can do to make things better. How can you shave a tenth off your time? How can you apex that corner just a little bit better? Ultimately, though, make sure you're happy, regardless of the results. Look back at how far you've come in such a short time, as well as how far you could go. Because again, it's a hobby. It's not about the results. It's about the pleasure. So in conclusion, being an amateur race car driver takes months of preparation and planning, lots of dedication, many late nights, financial stress, a lot of last minute checks, and tons of nervousness. But regardless of the results, the experience and the reflections on how to improve yourself both as a driver and as a human being is what makes it worth it. So no matter what you do or what you call a hobby, whatever brings you peace, you should always chase it. Don't let the chaos of life keep you from your happiness. Make time for yourself. for your friends, for your family, and most importantly, that one thing that you love, no matter what. Thank you.